Howdy, fellow movie fans, and welcome back to this special brought to you by the Wisco Movie Watchers Club. It is a Wisco Movie Watchers Club game show today, and it is our monthly random movie generator, random movie builder, whatever the case may be, in which Dylan and I both have to pick a franchise or a property, and then we must cast said movie completely randomly with a random director as well. So we have random choices of actor, actress, director, and then we also have some character actors as well that we can pick from that, and we can pick them from any era. So these are people that are living or dead, and we can pick them at any era that we see fit. But, Dylan, I think your expertise has done it again on this one, so that should be fun. Where are you going today on your random movie builder?
Okay, mine's very, very random.
Awesome.
So I had some ideas listed, and one of mine was a founding fathers movie. But what I'm choosing to do with it is, remember there was like a slew of weird movies where it's like Pride and Prejudice and zombies
Yeah.
and Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Hell yeah.
So what I'm going to do is an Avengers style movie with the founding fathers where they're fighting mythical
Creatures and shit?
mythical North American creatures.
Ooh.
The,
George
the,
Washington's taking on a Wendigo? That's rad.
like the British are employing these monsters to defeat the founding fathers.
This is excellent, by the way.
So the founding fathers I'm looking for are Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, John Adams, Alexander Hamilton, Samuel Adams. I threw in Paul Revere.
Oh, yeah, you gotta have Revere.
And then my big bad is King George III.
Nice.
So the founding fathers are going to go up against like the Mothman, Chupacabra.
Oh, so cryptids. This is what you're giving me.
Yeah. What else we got? We got Sasquatch, Bigfoot.
Whoa. Come on now. That's not a heel. That's not a monster. He's just trying to live his life.
Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a cryptid. Jersey Devil.
Oh, yeah.
Skunk Ape.
I'm interested to see what are you putting the Hodag in there?
Sure.
A Wisconsin favorite, by the way.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, said to be living near Rhinelander.
Yes.
Not biased for your home state at all here, folks.
I'm trying to figure out one more villain.
Like a villainous cryptid or a villain in general?
No, a human. So just so I have
what if you had Benedict Arnold in there?
Benedict Arnold. Oh, isn't he a traitor?
Yeah.
Sure, let's put him in there. Benedict Arnold.
I like the idea of him being like friendly with everyone and then being a little bitch about it and can't do it, so then he's a traitor. Love that idea.
Okay, we'll throw him in there then.
So I have something very different here. Because we have the Super Mario Galaxy movie coming out as of release of this video in a couple days, I will be casting a Super Mario movie in live action. Half my cast will be voice actors because they are creatures or things that can't be humanoid. We've already seen what they try to do when they're humanoid in 93. Didn't work out so well with everybody. So we don't need another Dennis Hopper as Bowser situation. So some of them will be voiced, which I will state, but I also have live action characters as well. So my live action characters are my 6 human characters. I have Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Princess Daisy, Wario, and Waluigi. Then my voice acting roles, I have Bowser, Toad, Toadette, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, and Bowser Jr. So obviously my 2 heels are Bowser Jr. and Bowser. I'm going to have Donkey Kong in a anti-hero, reluctant friend kind of role with Mario, similar to what they showed in the first Mario film of pure animation from Illumination. But the idea of this one is My crew is going to get together for Mario Party as an excuse to try to bring the Mushroom Kingdom together. And Bowser Jr. is going to be offended he doesn't get an invite. And that is why this whole scenario comes to be. And then Bowser shows up to ruin everything because his son is insulted by not getting an invite. And from there, they all go off on their adventures through the worlds of Mario to save the Mushroom Kingdom and stop Bowser from being a prick. So
Yeah.
that is where we're going with here. And then I will also have that. I'll also state I'm going to have Princess Peach be similar to that of the Illumination animation style that they've done, in which stronger female, not just a damsel in distress. But then Princess Daisy, I'm going the straight tomboy. Like she's usually getting to be where she's closer and actually more accurate in the Mario Sports spin-off games. That's the direction I'm taking Daisy.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm going to have that nice odd pairing of why she's in love with the scaredy cat like Luigi. Nobody
Oh yeah.
knows, but we're going to
I
have
need
that nice
some.
balance.
I need some females, so I'll add in Martha Washington. Um, can't think of any other
What if
females.
you had it? You couldn't do Sacagawea, but you could do a Sacagawea like figure that helps track down the cryptids with the founding fathers.
Pocahontas.
A Pocahontas
We, we
like
we can
character.
we can fudge with the history. It doesn't matter.
I mean,
I'll,
it's your movie. You can do what you want.
I'll throw Pocahontas in there.
Okay. And then you're going to have what? Martha Washington, Pocahontas.
Um. Oh, I thought of another one. General Cornwallis.
Yeah.
He's the general of the British at the time.
Yeah. What if he was a werewolf?
Sure. I mean, hey, it doesn't matter. It's just Avengers, but founding fathers.
I already love this idea. So, in about 3 seconds on screen, as long as I remember to do it this time, you're going to see a list of all of our potential picks. 3, 2, 1. Cool. Alrighty, so we have actors, actresses, character actors and actresses, and directors to choose from. I'm very interested to see where you're going to take this.
Me
So,
too.
and I'm looking at the director list, and there's some great directors I'd love to have for any other project. I don't know if I want them for Mario.
There's a couple.
Yeah.
There's a couple.
So it's going to be interesting. So, would you like to take the first stab, or would you like me to take the first stab?
Um, I'll go first, I guess.
Go for it.
I'm gonna cast my. I'm gonna pick my Paul Revere first,
Okay.
and Paul Revere in this movie is just gonna be straight up badass.
Yeah.
Um, so who's a badass on this list? We got Michael Fassbender. I could also just change the races. It really doesn't matter.
Why not? Do whatever you want.
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna pick for my Paul Revere. I'm gonna
Are
pick
you going to do it? You're going to do it?
Diego.
Interesting. Okay. Diego Luna is an interesting choice for a badass Paul Revere. We've seen he can do action. You know,
Yeah.
Andor obviously is great in Rogue One. He's by far the most compelling part of Rogue One. So that's an interesting choice. So Paul Revere is, quote, a badass.
Yep. He's gonna be maybe like a weapons specialist or
Is there a
something.
tone to this movie that is similar to another movie?
Here, I'll just pick my director immediately because that'll set the tone.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick Steven Sommers,
I
who
knew you were
directed
going
The
to pick
Mummy.
Stevens. I knew you were going to pick Summers.
I'm gonna pick him, and it's gonna be the exact tone of The Mummy, the first Mummy movie.
Not Van Helsing, which he did as well.
I want more fun. Van Helsing to me is a little bit more.
Guilty pleasure of mine. I absolutely adore Van Helsing. It's not a great movie.
So do I. So do I. To me, Van Helsing takes itself a little bit more serious than The Mummy does.
Sure.
I want the Mummy,
Okay, interesting choice right away. So
and the Mummy's a good blend with horror as well.
true. So I'm gonna say I will also pick a director and then pick my first actor to try to inform the choices a little bit more.
Okay.
So the question is, who do I get to do this? My short list of the availables. Jon Favreau, sadly, I think is the best choice because he's just used to getting these amalgam projects.
I would agree.
Jason Reitman could be interesting. He has done some fare that I really enjoy.
Hmm.
Up in the Air being by far my favorite that he's done, and I adore Up in the Air.
You could
Ryan,
give Ryan
I really
Coogler
want to do Ryan Coogler
his first animated feature.
because I also think Ryan Coogler, A, has always shown in many of his movies that there's still a real fun side to what he does. It's not always just the darker and serious things that he's known to do really well. I think he does character interactions really, really well, which I think is what I need. But I also love the absurdity of an Alfonso Cuarón Super Mario movie as well. I
He is he has some good imagination when it came to Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
that's what I'm saying. But I'm gonna give him. I want Coogler to break out as the a Spielberg like figure that does everything. So I'm gonna take Ryan Coogler as my director for the Super
Okay.
Mario movie, and then I need some great choices here
The
for.
only problem I see with that is I don't particularly view Ryan Coogler as funny.
I think he has characters that are funny at times though, because
See,
I like the tone of Nope a lot for this without the horror slant. It's a lot of sarcasm. It's a lot of friendly jabbing at each other, sibling rivalry kind of stuff in a more peaceful, fun way, but you know they care about each other. I really love that piece of Nope from it. I also think there's pieces of Black Panther that work really well for this style of tone, especially like
okay.
the drier humor of Okoye when she's just not impressed with anything. I think is fun. And so with that being said, I gotta cast somebody that works. But I also am interested in not doing anything that makes sense for this and only making sense in one way. So, my first casting choice, I'm actually going to go with Waluigi. And I'm going to take older Bond Roger Moore as my Waluigi
That's a weird choice.
because I think he's just silly enough to do it in some of those Bond movies. But Waluigi likes to give off. He likes to dance and have the suaveness to him in his own mind, and I really like that from a former Bond having an awareness of that. So I'm gonna go Roger Moore as my Waluigi.
Okay. I thought you were going to pick an early Chevy Chase there.
I think there's a better choice for Chevy Chase.
Now, I wouldn't want to work with Chevy Chase at all, ever.
Which sucks because I love Chevy Chase throughout the 80s and the 90s. I think he's such
Yeah,
a a fun actor to watch, but not a fun actor to work with.
work with apparently.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, I'll pick my Benjamin Franklin.
Hell yeah.
Benjamin Franklin, he's the brains of the group.
He's your Batman, he's your Iron Man, he's your strategist.
And not only that, but he's going to be like building all the tech that we need.
Okay.
And this is going to be Robin Williams.
Okay. And what do you see in Robin Williams to be Benjamin Franklin in this horror founding fathers?
Benjamin Franklin,
By the way, I really want you to write this movie now.
um, to me, Benjamin Franklin will be slightly comedic because I think Benjamin Franklin, out of the founding fathers, he seems to be the one that was,
Most sense of humor.
yeah, most sense of humor, the most with it in terms of like openness towards stuff. Because Benjamin Franklin in real life is a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one of those where because he's so weird, Benjamin Franklin gets it. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he gets it.
And I just think it'd be funny to see Robin Williams play that.
So it brings up an interesting thing here for me in that I gotta find a role somehow for some of these people. But I'm looking at these actors and actresses and I want to get my big bad done properly. There's a real odd couple pairing that I love. So I'm going to take Brendan Gleeson as my Bowser.
Okay, yeah, 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 yeah.
More like he's the only one I can see as a heel. Like a true heel in this.
This is voice only, right?
And voice only.
Yeah, I think that fits well.
So I'm going to take Brendan Gleeson, but then what's going to make no sense is when I add the odd pairing of Bowser Jr.
Yeah, that's true. The other one I could see doing a pretty good Bowser if he really leaned into like being villainous is Danny Glover.
Danny Glover never does villains, really. That's the thing. He's just so weird.
I yeah, but I do there's a certain darkness to him in some roles. That's pretty good.
Sure.
Okay. Let's pick by Benedict Arnold, the turncoat, the traitor. Hmm. See, the problem is I don't know much about Benedict Arnold in terms of what he actually was.
Would you like me to Google it quick and see?
Um, yeah.
Okay, you
I,
continue
I
for with what? How are you going to portray Benedict Arnold?
to me, he's gonna be like the sniveling guy who you'd never trust, and then it turns out, yeah, you shouldn't have trusted him all along.
Gotcha.
I I don't know if he was like a leader in command.
So fought with distinction for the American Continental Army and rose, and he's American born. He was born in the U.S. So fought with distinction for the American Continental Army and rose to the rank of Major General before defecting to the British in 1780.
Wasn't it like he was passed up for an opportunity, and that's why he decided
It's
to?
a possibility because I mean, he was placed in the command of West Point. I George Washington trusted this motherfucker. Um,
Yeah,
was
for some
planning to
reason that
surrender the fort to the British forces, but the plot was discovered in 1780, whereupon he fled to the British lines. Later part of the war, Arnold was commissioned as a brigadier general in the British Army and placed in command of the American Legion. He led British forces in battle against the army which he had once commanded, and his name became synonymous with treason and betrayal in the United States. But he was born in Norwich, Connecticut,
okay,
and he died in London, England in the 1801. So I mean, he makes it through the war,
okay.
but he fights at Ticonderoga, Quebec City, Montreal, Lake Champlain, Philadelphia, Fort Arnold, and the American Legion.
I'm gonna go with someone who. There's two choices here. One is stronger than the other. I'm gonna go with someone who I think is maybe a little less trustworthy just by appearance, and that's Joseph Fiennes, Rafe Fiennes' brother.
Yeah, that's a good choice for sniveling. Never
Yeah,
trust him.
he's gonna be the one where it's like, oh, should we trust him? And then trusting George Washington always puts his faith in him. Then in the end, you know it's gonna turn out bad.
And I assume George Washington in this scenario is your truly your Captain America esque.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So I'm looking. For some reason I've barely even looked at the list here of our actresses, which I don't really love to do that. So, however, I got to find a way to get her in here, especially with the Ryan Coogler pick at director. So, my Princess Daisy, I will be going with Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer is an actress I'd love to. If I got to just dreamcast a bunch of stuff, Keke Palmer would be in the majority of it. I just really enjoy Keke Palmer's work, and especially with Ryan Coogler, it just works.
Mhm.
So she is so compelling in Nope. So I'm going to give her as Princess Daisy.
Okay. Wait, Daisy's the one you said tomboy?
Tomboy esque. Because
I think that fits.
I'm envisioning this. If you want to give a real world parallel, do you know the internet's obsession and how they've played into it on Hot Ones? How
Oh,
jokingly, like
yes.
Kiki Palmer
Yes.
loves Sean Evans and vice
Yeah.
versa. That's what I'm viewing for Luigi and Daisy.
Okay. Let's pick my Alexander Hamilton.
Okay.
He's gonna be the hot shot. He's gonna be the he's full of himself, but he has the goods to back it up most of the time.
Okay.
So like trying to think of a superhero comparable.
I mean, he's more of your Flash substance, like Quicksilver esque character.
Or like
Always
Johnny Storm and Fantastic Four.
sure. There's some Johnny Storm there. Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's a little Green Lantern there, and depending on the iteration as well. Yeah.
yeah, I just don't know enough about Green Lantern. That's the only reason why I can't
I
say.
know. I know. I know.
So here I'm thinking it's gonna be either Taylor Kitsch. Oh wait, this is actually one of the opportunities I could actually pick someone of color.
Yeah.
Very few choices can I do
Well, I
that
mean, here's
really
the
with.
thing: you can make him whatever you want.
Yeah, it's true. Um,
I think you should have made Benjamin Franklin Samuel Jackson. Completely different tone than what you were expecting, but still fun.
I'm gonna go with.
I mean,
You know what? I think I am gonna go Taylor Kitsch.
okay, interesting. It's not a bad choice.
None of these are gonna be comparable to the real world figures. They're all superheroized.
Sure. I'm thinking we may have used this actor list before, but I don't really care. Because if we're talking about completely different people now. Okay, so I want to keep moving here into a direction. There's a really great way to use Robin Williams in more of a comedic role. I just don't know if I want him there.
I think he'd be a great Wario.
That was about it. He was who I was thinking for Wario. I kind of love him as Wario. Just like I also think Robin Williams is someone you can pair with anybody and pull comedy out of
Oh yeah.
because he accentuates their silly tasks. And I've always this is a tease for future projects in the really snappy gaming sphere because this is kind of a crossover episode to a degree. Is why I keep picking video game franchises. That I have a storyline that I'm working on of a shared Mario universe of like 15 games, and it starts with just Wario and Waluigi just being greedy, and their greed just fucks up the entire Mushroom Kingdom, and I kind of love that. So yeah, let's get the star power on. But I could see him as a good Mario though, because there's just the heart of Mario. But oh, I'm
Robin
gonna.
Williams can do it all.
I know he can do it all. That's why.
He
So
could be Bowser as well. Like he can do anything.
So I'm actually going to pivot from that because I'm going to think on that some more. So I am going to take my odd couple pairing for Bowser Jr. I'm going to go with Ken Jeong as my Bowser Jr. And then his heavy is his dad, Brendan Gleeson.
Okay. I'm gonna pick my General Cornwallis, and I'm actually gonna go Brendan Gleeson there too.
He's a werewolf, right? Did we confirm
Um,
that joke or what?
no, I think Benedict Arnold will be a werewolf.
Interesting.
There's two sides to him.
Yeah,
It more mirrors what his actual story is.
sure.
I just want General Cornwallis to be a real bastard.
I will say you really like the heel role where the guy is just straight up quote a bastard.
Well, it really fits with like especially with a Stephen Sommers movie where it's like there's no gray area.
Right.
It's all black and white.
Okay. So I'm gonna go through here, and I am gonna look at a couple different choices for some of my favorite characters, but a character actress that I think is always really good, just never gets to shine, is Melanie Linsky. And I'm going to put her in my Toadette role. Toadette, for those who don't know, my favorite Mario character. I may get a Toadette tattoo one day. That's how much I adore Toadette. So I'm going to use Melanie Linsky in that role because I view Toad as more of the bombastic, wah, like freak out role. And I like her bringing him back down and making fun of him for it. So I'm going to use Melanie Linsky in that role.
Okay. Hmm. Who should I go next? I'll go Samuel Adams.
Okay.
I don't know a single thing about him. All I know is the beer. That's literally it.
Which you jokingly always mixed with the Foster's commercial.
Yes, Samuel Adams, Australian for beer.
It was one of Dylan's stupid bits when he was
Let's
12 years
see.
old at the height of the Foster's Australian for beer commercials. It was
Yes.
always one of Dylan's stupid bits.
Pivotal American Revolution leader, founding father, politician from Boston who organized opposition to British taxation, including the Boston Tea Party. Okay. So he's going to be the rambunctious
He's
kind
an
of
organizer, though. He's got to have some charisma to him.
yeah, but he's going to be a little bit off his rocker a bit.
Interesting.
So I'm going to go. I'm tempted to go Sam Jackson here.
Hey, a pissed off Sam Jackson is a good Sam Jackson.
I'm going to go Sam Jackson.
Okay.
Sam Jackson plays Sam Adams.
I like the idea. When they used to do those, the movie publicity posters where they would zero in on one character. I love the idea of Samuel Jackson is
Uh, yeah,
Samuel Adams, and then just at the
like,
bottom it's just the founding fathers. Da, 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 da.
yeah, character posters.
I
Yeah.
just think that'd be great. And I love when they do character specific trailers. I love you cutting a trailer specifically just for Samuel Jackson as a founding father, just being like, Samuel Jackson is Samuel Adams. Okay.
Okay.
I gotta figure this one out here. Ooh, that's a good choice here. The thing is, I don't always view Mario. Mario's never the coolest. But
No, I would say he's probably the lamest of all of them.
I would agree. I've never been a huge Mario himself fan. I've always liked Luigi and the side characters more than
It's
like
kind of
Mario.
like it's kind of like Harry Potter, where everyone loves a character other than Harry.
Yeah, to a degree. But I need a lot of warmth there because you need to be rooting for Mario all the time. It's not that you dislike Mario. You're just like, yeah, he's there.
Mm-hmm.
And then over time, you come to appreciate him more and more. So I'm going to go, my Mario for Ryan Coogler will be Sean Astin. You always root for Sean Astin.
I like that.
Also, naturally, a little bit shorter. Always seems to fit that role. A little bit stockier of build, kind of like a Mario. Mario's not the tallest. A little bit more stocky build. I'm thinking Lord of the Rings era Sean Astin,
Yeah.
Samwise Gamgee.
Okay. I'll pick my John Adams.
Okay, what do you got for John Adams? He's
Okay.
got
The
to
only
be a
thing,
prick. He's just got to be a prick.
I know two things about John Adams. He's the second president, and I'm pretty sure he was an abolitionist. Could be wrong about
John
that, but
Adams is a very complex character because John Adams still, I believe, vowed for we should call the presidents the king of the United States, and he still wants some more pageantry and regency to it. And he is always known, whether it's right or wrong, to be a bit more bitter because he really thought he should be the first leader of the country. He's kind of passed up a little bit for Washington. They went with more the safer, everyone knows Washington. He's always the leader. Let's go with Washington choice. I mean, how accurate that is, it's hard because we've just had so many different tellings of his journey and the founding fathers in general. It's hard. Oddly enough, even someone who does appreciate history, it's hard sometimes to even know the full backstory because of how many folk tales and legends people
Yeah.
kind of tell of what they were like versus what they actually were.
Um. Okay, so him and Thomas Jefferson are also best friends. I do remember that,
Nice.
or they were at one point. I don't know if they stayed best friends. Um. So I got to think of that in terms of who I'm gonna cast here. I'm gonna go for John Adams. I'm gonna go. I'll go.
I
I
like
think.
how you just you have no idea what you're gonna do with this. I love it.
Yeah, I'm kind of thrown into. There's not like great choices here. They're all. This is a very young list
Yeah,
overall. I'll
Colin. I think
go.
Colin Firth could do that part.
I kind of want to save Colin Firth as my King George, though.
That's fair. That's real. Looking at it, Fassbender could be a choice.
That's who I was thinking is Fassbender.
I mean,
I
you could
think I'm gonna.
go comedic and just get Martin Lawrence. I'm kidding.
I'm gonna pick my Jefferson and Adams immediately. I'll go Michael Fassbender as Jefferson and Ethan Hawke as John Adams.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke's good at that stuff too.
Those are my two friends there.
Okay, so I should take two off the board then. There are a few people on this list that there's no way in hell I wouldn't include them in this kind of role here. So I'm actually gonna gender bend the voice a little bit more for Toad, because Toad's just a Toad. Even though everyone's like, "Oh, Toadette's male," or "Toad's male, Toadette's female." I am gonna go my Toad. I'm gonna play with the voice more, and I'm gonna go Catherine O'Hara is my Toad, solely because there's no way in hell I saw Catherine O'Hara on this list and wasn't gonna use her as something.
Yeah, I'm tempted to use her as well.
Beyond the fact that I just have always been a fan of her work, I just love her general kind of vibe. I also think she's tailor made for this. I'm actually very sad. Beyond obvious, it sucks to have a talented person pass away and someone that you like pass away. I'm really sad that she didn't get to have that decade of just getting to do really warm voice roles where everyone just gets to fawn over the fact that, hey, we forget how much we love this person kind of role. And she has a distinct enough voice that's really good, and she clearly is a great voice actor. I mean, she is Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, and it's still one of my favorite voice acting parts of all time.
She had a nice little shout out yesterday during the Oscars.
Good. Oh, by the way, we
During
are
the
recording this right after the Oscars as well.
Yeah,
So
during the in memoriam part. Um, okay. I'll pick one of my two female roles because there's only so
you
many,
have Martha Washington and Pocahontas.
and we're fudging with the history there to fit Pocahontas in.
What if Pocahontas? I'm pitching something for you. What if Pocahontas is fighting one of these cryptids, and it's like a Captain America lost in time situation because they're like a mythical creature that can play with that shit. And that's how you get Pocahontas with the founding fathers. She's a total badass, but she knows the danger involved with fighting some of these cryptids.
Yeah. Okay, so here's my choices we got. Who could play a badass?
We also, unfortunately, there seems to be no discernible woman of Native American descent, so that's already out the window.
There is not. No. This is definitely somewhere where I'll put a person of color. So I got Gina Rodriguez, Gabrielle Union, Kiki Palmer, Regina King, Salma Hayek. I think that's all the people of color. Yes. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Gina Rodriguez.
Okay.
I think
That's
she'd be fun.
I like Gina Rodriguez. I wish she'd get to do more. She's kind of like
Yeah,
she found a moment where she could get some stuff in and she's never gone past that.
yeah. I do think she's very likable.
Yes. What is it? The oh my god. It's the like it's the mock version of a telenovela. She's great in that. I know I've absolutely loved that. Um
Don't know.
but yes, she's very, very likable in that. Well, it's also funny because Justin Baldoni's in that as her like love interest, and then
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
and then obviously we've all gone through the the public trial of his character and Blake Lively's character.
yeah.
So it is an interesting one to have. I'm also going to add another female part here because I refuse to not have another one. Um, so just because you went for two for, I will take a two for as well. And I'm going to finish off my princesses. So I'm going to add Princess Rosalina, who
Okay.
we have more of the galactic element then, because there was somebody in here. I was like, it fits too well to have a princess type in here and not let her do it. But I'm going to go. This is the one I was like, there's no chance I wouldn't have her, and that's Leah Thompson. I think she's tailor made for a Mario style princess. I I just want Leah Thompson to work more. Just
I think she would have been a great voice actor back in the 80s, 90s.
oh yeah,
She's
I,
a very attractive voice.
she has a very attractive voice, but also what's fun is even in Back to the Future they let her play, and she got to do some really good voice work with stuff. Where I always loved when she got to play older in Back to the Future and get to just kind of be a crone or be
Yeah.
disheveled or some way. I always thought she did a really good job with that, and it's interesting one. But I want to have a little bit more of a sterner personality to my Princess Peach, and it's an actress I've fallen in love with lately. So I'm going to go Carrie Condon is my Princess Peach.
I wanted to fit Carrie Condon, but I don't know where I'd put her.
What about Martha Washington?
Nah, she doesn't fit in that role to me.
Well, you don't want an Irish lady as your Martha Washington?
She could be, I guess, like King George's wife, but
No,
I
but
don't even know who.
you don't want her as a heel role. You want her as a babyface role.
Well, she doesn't have to technically be a villain. She could be like against King George, but still married to him technically.
Sure,
I have no idea who the fuck the queen was at that time,
I have no
but
idea either.
okay. So the roles I'm still looking for are King George, Martha Washington, George Washington, James Madison. Okay.
Yeah, you still need your Captain America over here, my dude.
I'll do James Madison next.
And
What
how are
do I
you?
know about him? Fourth president. I know
I believe he's a
he wrote a lot of the Federalist Papers with Alexander Hamilton. He
okay.
might be the did he write the actual Declaration of Independence?
Jefferson did that.
Okay. He wrote something important. Constitution, maybe? I don't know.
Father of the Constitution. He drafted
Okay.
and promoted the Constitution and the Bill of Rights.
Okay, so he's going to be our intellectual of the group.
Okay.
He's going to be the brains of the operation here. Let's see. This is where I'm throwing in Sean Astin.
Okay.
He's not always going to be the one who's great as an action person, but he's going to be the brains.
Interesting. Okay. Sean Astin as James Madison. It's an interesting choice here.
That means also James Madison and Alexander Hamilton, who is Taylor Kitsch, are going to be kind of a duo as well.
Alrighty. I've got so all I have left is Luigi, Wario, Yoshi, and Donkey Kong, which are kind of hard to do. admittedly. So who do I think can play admirable but kind of cowardly in a way, but has enough charm to still pull Kiki Palmer? That's the choice that I got to figure out with Luigi. I ultimately went against. So let's do the easy one. Robin Williams, Wario, done. He
Yeah,
he's have
Luigi's a
he's having
Luigi's a
fun.
hard one.
I with this list specifically, I think Luigi's not the hardest part to cast. You just need someone likable, really. But in this specific list of 20, it's hard to find that like string bean motherfucker who is also just like everyone. I've never heard anyone say they dislike Luigi. Everyone likes Luigi.
Yeah, he is awesome.
I mean, he's by far your favorite of the group. You've always been a Luigi
Well,
guy.
Wario's my favorite,
Well, yes.
but of likable characters, yeah,
Yeah.
Luigi.
I feel like you always.
Wario's
I feel like you
he's
used to
funny.
identify with Luigi quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, yes, yes. But in terms of who I like the most now, it's Wario.
But yeah, I will take the easy pick. Robin Williams. Robin Williams and Roger Moore together is a fun comedic duo here.
See, that's the one I can't see. Is Roger Moore. He's too much of like a classic like gentleman
Exactly.
in my mind.
I'm viewing him more as in view him closer to Adam West Family Guy. Where
Okay.
so he in his mind he's being as suave as possible and it's just so out of place. That's why it's funny.
Okay. Yeah, because when I picture Waluigi, I picture like kind of like a dumb. I'm trying to think of like there's a cartoon character that I can't place at the moment.
Do you know what
Is
it's
it?
from? That's the question.
That's what I'm trying to think of. It's the villain from. Is it the guy from the Smurfs?
Oh,
Is it that guy?
Gargamel?
Yeah, yeah, that's who I picture Waluigi
See, I never
as.
picture Waluigi as Gargamel. I picture Waluigi as far more of that really classic. I view him part Snidely Whiplash from like Wacky Racers back in the day, just that constantly scheme oriented
Yeah,
guy. I remember you cast a part in your Clue rebuild where it's a guy who really believes he's ahead of the curve. Who really and he's a schemer and he always thinks he's actually ahead of the curve, but he's not. And that's where some of the comedy is in. That's how I view this Waluigi. Is there is something likable about Waluigi because he's just awkward and lanky and weird, and we like Waluigi because of that, because he's over the top. But he's also always scheming, which is why he becomes a heel. And I love the fact of him. I like that also, him trying to be suave and not necessarily being suave, but in his mind, he is very suave. That's what I see this role as, which is why I was like, Roger Moore's perfect for that.
so who you're looking for Luigi though?
Yeah, I'm looking for Luigi, Yoshi, and Donkey Kong.
Okay.
There's one person I could see doing it.
Oh, by the way, on our character actors, Zach Ward, that's the ginger bully from A Christmas Story.
Interesting choice here.
The only two movies I know he did were was A Christmas Story and Freddy vs. Jason.
Nice. So my issue is I don't really know any of the character actors well enough except Clancy Brown. And Clancy
Okay,
Brown does
well,
not fit.
Mark Williams is Mr. Weasley.
Okay.
Paul Shear, he's you would know him by his face.
Sure.
He's got a podcast though. How did this get made?
Okay.
I really like him a lot. And then Pete Postlewaite is he's an Irish actor. He was in The Town, like the big bad guy of The Town. If you remember him,
Maybe. I think I Yeah,
you would you would know him.
does he have a very distinct face
Yes, it's like very sunken in.
Yeah, but like a big bulbous nose and shit like that.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay, I do know Pete Postlethwaite. Okay, so I'm trying to figure this out. I think solely by process of elimination, I have come to I will be casting Orlando Bloom as my Waluigi. Close to
Or
the
as your
build.
Luigi,
Yeah,
you mean?
for my
Okay.
Luigi. So close to the physical build. That's not really irrelevant to me though, because you can make anybody work in that role. But I do
Yeah,
think that Orlando always plays a role where he's likable. The only time he's not likable is when he's like Paris in
yeah.
Troy.
Where it's just me, bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think he can play likable but occasionally scared. I think he could do. So I'm going to go Orlando Bloom as my Luigi.
I don't know if I've ever seen Orlando Bloom try to be legitimately funny.
Yeah.
So that'd be a weird thing to see.
He has those moments in Pirates where he's mocking someone a little bit.
He's definitely like a straight man funny
Yes.
though, rather
Yes.
than, you
Ironically,
know,
he's more tailor-made for Mario than Luigi, but
yeah.
I just don't know if do you ever see Orlando Bloom as leading man? You know,
No, no, he's not.
he's always the best friend. He's always
Because
the number two.
he's also kind of funny as Legolas at times too, but he's
Yeah.
never like outright comedic.
Yeah.
See, this is where I would have put. I would have cast Shia LaBeouf as Bowser Jr. just
Ooh.
for his like he's just crazy. I would
Actually,
just let him go for it.
first of all, you said that incorrectly. Editor's note: actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf always must be said when you say Shia LaBeouf.
He's also problematic,
Yes,
very
I
problematic
thought
at the
about Shia
moment.
LaBeouf as well, as Luigi as well.
Yeah, he just got arrested for something. Can't remember what, but
Shia is such a god.
he just needs to get his life together.
He's just
Honestly,
one of those guys that just can't seem to just doesn't seem to get it. You know what I'm
well,
saying? Just doesn't seem to
classic.
get it.
He's a classic case of a child actor that just their life just falls apart.
And it's so
And
sad because of the child actors,
he's one of the best.
he's definitely a top tier of them where you just go, this kid gets it. Where I
Yeah.
remember, I mean, it sucks because of what happened with Mutt, but when they announced Shia LaBeouf was gonna essentially they didn't announce it, but it was pretty obvious what he was gonna do in
Yeah.
Indy. The second they put Shia LaBeouf in that movie, I was like, he's got to be Indy's son. He has to be. I was really excited because he's someone who actually can carry stuff and
Mhm.
do stuff. And then they've got him not the most likable character, swinging off vines with a bunch of fucking monkeys and shit.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna pick the obvious. I'll King George is gonna be Colin Firth.
Okay, it's a good heel. It's a good heel. I don't think that's a bad choice whatsoever. I just don't think you also I just don't think you have an option. You know,
Yeah.
unless you wanted to treat this like Bridgerton, where Bridgerton they never care about race, color, creed. They just go, huh, they fit the part. Screw it, they're this, which I think is actually brings a lot of joy to Bridgerton.
King George, he's not gonna be in much of the movie. We're
This
talking less than 10
is an
minutes.
extended cameo essentially.
The main villain's gonna be General Cornwallis, Brendan Gleeson.
Well, and also just Fiennes.
Yes. And the cryptids.
Yeah, and the cryptids.
But
The
those are just
cryptids.
monsters.
I mean, outside of one of them, none of them really speak. So it's
I don't think any of them speak on my list. Yeah.
alrighty.
No.
So I need a Yoshi and I need a Donkey Kong.
So is Yoshi actually gonna talk?
I feel like we gotta get Yoshi a line or two. You know.
'Cause, from what I remember, Yoshi just says his name, kind of like Pikachu.
Yeah. Tough decisions to make. Actually, you know what? I think you're right. Yoshi will be just Yoshi.
I was gonna say you should put Chevy Chase here just because he'll be fucking pissed off that he can only say one word the whole time.
I
And
mean, maybe he'll like it because he'll have one day's work where he just
yeah,
inflects
that's true.
upon the same word 20 times and then just leaves.
He
That's his
feels like
ideal paycheck.
he feels like the kind of guy though that like if he can't be the center of attention, he gets mad about it.
Yeah. He's just such a prick. Like,
Yeah, him and Bill Murray are the two that I'm like, I just don't get it. Like they're not likable.
but here's the problem though. I've seen interviews with Bill Murray where he plays it up, and then I see interviews where he's just a normal dude. Bill Murray is not a complete pain in the ass. Chevy Chase is not redeemable in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
God, who was it? Someone had a story one time of they're working in a hotel and Chevy Chase like big dogged a charity event he was supposed to go to, and he's like, if I'm going to do this, I need X, Y, and Z, and then just like never used any of it, didn't do it. It was just to prove a point that he was Chevy Chase. He was just a prick to everyone. So the guy who was working the event just kind of like took advantage of everything. He's like, well, if he's not going to do anything with this shit, I am. And he's like, oh, it gets charged to Chevy Chase if that happens. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I gotta look for that story again. So I need a Donkey Kong. I want to avoid.
How do you feel about Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong?
I don't hate it.
I didn't really like it. Honestly, I didn't really like any of the cast except Jack Black.
I liked Anya Taylor Joy's Peach. I'm fine with that one. I like
Oh
that
yeah,
one,
that one's
and I
good.
think
Yeah.
Charlie Day is a good Luigi.
See, I didn't love him.
I think it's good for the. They're trying to play him up very cowardly,
Oh yeah.
and I kind
Yeah.
of dig that for Charlie Day. Charlie Day is another guy, just tailor made for voice acting. Just let him just go voice act.
He has a very distinct voice, yeah.
So it's the way I want to present Donkey Kong, and I
See,
don't
I
want.
know who I would pick here, and I would go off the character list and I'd say Clancy Brown would be my Donkey Kong. But he'd have to be more of a prick than
Yeah, and I want him to be likable. Because the other thing is, I kind of love the idea of doing Cranky Kong and Donkey Kong, of Danny Glover and Samuel L. Jackson. I
that'd be fun.
just think that could easily be described as a stereotype that I'm not looking to have that
Um,
conversation.
true.
You
Yeah.
know, but I don't know if anyone on this list really fits Donkey Kong well. I think Robin Williams ironically could have been my best choice.
True. Michael Pena wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, Michael Pena wouldn't be bad. He could ham it up a little bit. He has some fun with it.
It's just about how much you let him riff.
I'm gonna let him riff.
Really.
Let's have Michael Pena as my Donkey Kong.
Or you could use Shia LaBeouf and just let him rant. That makes him less likable for
You know
sure.
what's more fun? I got an idea here. We bring Chevy Chase in as Yoshi, and he only gets one day of work just saying Yoshi over and over again. And then we give we have a cameo appearance for Diddy Kong, and it's Diddy Kong thinking he's going to be the hero, and just immediately gets taken out of it, and it's Shia gets
I
like a couple
can't do
lines of
that to
Diddy.
Diddy Kong.
I
Diddy
know that's
Kong's
why I don't want to say.
cool.
I did. Everyone loves Diddy Kong. I love Diddy Kong. It's a shame that we can't have another Diddy Kong racing because of the rare
You
antenna
know,
relationship.
you know what I would do if I was making this movie? I'd cast Robin Williams as Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi, and just let him do four different characters. Because I do think he actually has the talent to do all four.
I mean, you think Robin Williams can do anything, which
We
I,
can.
I don't think he's. I don't think you're far off, but I don't know if you want to put him in four different roles in this movie.
But they're all four roles where it's like,
They're very archetypal. They're very
yes.
type, you know, which I get.
Okay, so I need my George Washington
Yes.
and my Martha Washington. Who's going to be my leader here?
So
Hmm.
here are your options that I think could work depending on the version you're seeing. Josh Hartnett would be a very interesting choice, but
Yeah.
it's a very down the middle.
Josh Hartnett is an actor I've always liked that no one else does.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I mean, I was very happy to see him get that role in Oppenheimer and get to
yeah,
play.
yeah, he's kind of on a return at the moment.
I think Daniel Day Kim would be a really interesting choice. I think he's a very
Yeah,
likable, commanding type. I also think that those are your options. I'm looking and I'm like, those are your options of the people you haven't cast yet.
yeah, they really are.
What about Zach Ward as Captain America, George Washington,
Yeah, so really it's between people. These are people who can do action.
or Michael
Or
Pena? I think Michael Pena could work. Be tough.
he can't do action though.
I don't think he can't do action. I just don't think he's done. I don't think he's gotten the opportunity to do a lot of action.
I think my only choices are Orlando Bloom, Josh Hartnett, Daniel Day Kim.
I say go Daniel Day Kim, man. Just really piss off all the right wingers.
I think I'm gonna go Josh Hartnett.
You bitch. No, I'm kidding. It's a good choice of what you
I I,
got.
I like him too.
You've always been a
Hey,
huge Hartnett fan.
he, you know what movie he's in? Halloween H2O.
Of fucking course he is.
It might have been his start. I can't remember, but he's very young in it.
Oh, it's another
Okay,
actor getting their start in Halloween, like
yeah.
Paul Rudd.
And then my Martha Washington, who's going to be married to Josh Hartnett.
And what's the tone that you want to go with? And what is Martha Washington in this movie? What do you see her as?
Great question. I just needed female role. I
Because if
don't
it's
know.
literally just
I
a
don't know.
female role, that's pretty sad.
I just don't know a single thing about Martha Washington.
I mean, that's the beauty of it. You can make her whatever you want.
Let's see here. Did she do anything? She was known for her hospitality grace, holding weekly receptions and formal dinners. Boring. Okay, she's gonna be the Nick Fury of this.
Well,
She's
here's
gonna
the thing.
be
I was going to say, I think you can use that to your advantage and have a great cover piece.
no, she's gonna be the one that brings the group together.
I know, but I'm saying you could use that to your advantage where she does that stuff and then clearly gets out of that role to go be a badass. I think there's someone who would actually be a really good choice for that.
I think she's gonna be the Nick Fury where she's the one who gets everyone together, but then is also like the man behind the scenes kind of deal.
Sure.
Because Nick Fury's never in any of the action.
He gets very little action, yeah. He
Yeah.
gets one scene a movie where he gets to be Nick Fury.
Yeah. I'm gonna go.
I think there's an obvious choice for that.
Okay, there's a Robin Wright, but then
Yes.
I kind of also really like going against type and doing Laura Dern,
I think that could work.
where she can kind of play like a Batman, where it's like Bruce Wayne versus Batman.
Sure.
She could be like the normal nice Martha Washington.
Salma Hayek could be interesting.
I see. I've never liked Selma Hayek, honestly.
First and foremost, that's wrong.
I
Okay,
mean, she's
that's just wrong.
beautiful, but I don't know if I've ever actually liked her as an actor.
I will say I can't think of a lot of roles. I'm like, God, I just loved Salma Hayek in that thing. Like,
Exactly.
but everyone I think it's one of those that everyone likes the idea of Salma Hayek and likes the person Salma Hayek, but they don't know if they
Yeah,
love the actress Salma Hayek.
as a person, she's awesome, but as an actor, not so much.
I
I'm
also
gonna go. I'm gonna go Laura Dern.
okay.
I'm gonna pick Laura Dern as my Martha Washington.
It's an interesting thing. I do like the fact that neither of us have a fucking clue what's happening in these movies, and it's
And then
fun.
also she's when George Washington goes away on a mission, she's gonna be the head of state in disguise, though, obviously, because no one's gonna accept a woman as president.
So you're saying this is
Obviously, not for another seemingly forever,
yeah
because we
we
still haven't had one.
yeah, and we blew two choices where they were a better option.
Yep.
I don't know if they were the greatest. I don't know if the two singular choices that we were given were ever the best choices.
No, they weren't.
but they were a hell of a lot better than the person they ran against.
Yes, I would agree.
I think that's the interesting thing with that one. So, okay. In recap here, I have Super Mario, led by Sean Astin as my Mario, brothers with Orlando Bloom as Luigi, Princess Peach as Carrie Condon. I have my Princess Daisy as Kiki Palmer. I have Wario as your boy Robin Williams. Roger Moore as my Waluigi. I'm taking a swing on this one. My Bowser is Brendan Gleeson paired with my Bowser Jr. of Ken Jeong. My Toadette is Catherine O'Hara, or my Toad is Catherine O'Hara. My Toadette is Melanie Linsky, which I think is a fun comedic pairing of the two of them. I have Donkey Kong as Michael Pena, and I have Princess Rosalina as Leah Thompson. And this is all going to be directed by Ryan Coogler.
Okay. I'm actually going to do a quick audible here.
Okay.
I'm going to switch my King George to Roger Moore.
Ooh.
And Roger Moore's just going to play. He's going to act like he's James Bond, where he knows everything and he's always right, except he's always wrong. And he's never as suave as he actually thinks he is.
Oh, so you're taking my exact idea of how to use Roger Moore in this.
He's gonna be like he thinks he's smart, but he's a fucking idiot.
Yes. Adam West. It's Adam West Family Guy.
Yeah, actually, that is good. Yeah. He's gonna be the king.
All right.
Okay.
So, in recap, Dylan, what do you got here?
Okay, so we got an Avengers-style movie of the Founding Fathers, where they're gonna go up against all the North American cryptids. So we got George Washington is Josh Hartnett. Benjamin Franklin is Robin Williams. Thomas Jefferson is Michael Fassbender. John Adams is Ethan Hawke. James Madison, Sean Astin. Alexander Hamilton is Taylor Kitsch. Samuel Adams, Australian for beer, is Samuel L. Jackson. Paul Revere is Diego Luna. King George, the Audible is Roger Moore. Benedict Arnold, the turncoat is Joseph Fiennes. General Cornwallis, who's the big bad guy, is Brendan Gleeson. You got Pocahontas is Gina Rodriguez, and Martha Washington is Laura Dern.
And this is all directed by
Stephen Sommers. In the tone
when
of
was
the
the last
Mummy.
time he directed anything?
Great question.
It's been.
I have no idea.
It's been a minute. I'm gonna look that up for a second.
I got it.
All right.
I'm right here already.
Yeah, certainly. Let us know here. What is Stephen Sommers' last directing role here?
Yeah, it might be G.I. Joe. Let me make sure of that. That was a while ago, though. So,
I mean, it's a possibility. He fell off quick. And he
has one thing upcoming apparently. Okay, so it was 2013. Odd Thomas with Anton Yelchin.
Interesting.
But before that, it was G.I. Joe in 2009.
And that's G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Not a great run after the Mummy for Stephen Sommers.
Unfortunately, yeah, that's true.
Well, this has been a fun movie builder because it's been, for context, Dylan had no idea what to do. We were recording another episode. I said, hey, we got to do that. And he's like, all right, cool, I'll make it up. I gave him roughly 25 minutes and he came up with a concept. I'm not going to lie. I fucking love it.
I would watch it.
I'd give it a shot.
It'd probably be awful, but whatever.
What are you talking about? A fantastical horror slant to the Founding Fathers. What could go wrong?
It'd probably be just about as good as Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter,
not with Robin Williams. Not with some.
Yeah, that's true.
Not with these cast
members. There'd be a lot more redeemable qualities.
I just love the tone of the Mummy. Listen to these actors that you have in, quote, a movie with the tone of the Mummy. Michael Fassbender, Ethan Hawke, Diego Luna, who does take himself very seriously, Roger Moore, Joseph Fiennes, and Brendan Gleeson. Like, those are all actors that do not fit that mold
Oh,
whatsoever.
I didn't have a Brendan Fraser available.
I will say, I
Brendan
don't.
Fraser would be a great George
I
Washington.
I knew for a fact that you're gonna be like, well, if he's there, I'm taking him. He's gonna do
Yeah,
it. He's gonna
I
do
wish he was. That would be a good choice.
it. For what you want in George Washington, yes, you are correct. It's what would happen. Well, that is going to do it for the special game show edition. So check us out wherever you can. Like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. We're going to have another game show sometime coming out this month as well. Might be coming up right around it. And we're going to have reviews coming your way for the next couple months. So check that as best you possibly can. But beyond that, go watch a great movie and enjoy your day and take care of yourselves, everybody. Peace, love, and hugs to you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.